Hey everyone, welcome back. It's been a while, and I apologize for that, but I am back, and today I'm here with some more unique Minecraft mods that are absolutely worth checking out. Once again, these mods are going to be available for a wide variety of versions, and the only thing they do have in common is I simply consider them to be mods that are accomplishing something I haven't really seen elsewhere. Anyway, let's go ahead and check them out. Okay, so to start things off, we have a very interesting underground terrain generation mod called Undermod, and this provides a pretty significant amount of underground structures to explore. I'd say they're mainly sewer themed, although not exclusively, that's for sure. And in order to first find these sewers, at least fairly easily, you'll simply have to locate a village, and within a village you may come across a tiny little opening in the ground that leads you into the sewers. And at first, these start off pretty small and narrow, however, once you continue to explore, they will branch out and become much larger. And this entire mod is procedurally generated, so you're not going to constantly come across the same corridors. Things will very often be unique. And it does a great job of capturing that awful, dingy sewer feel. Things just feel disgusting in here. It's perfect. And as you continue to explore, these sewers will eventually lead into underground rivers. How wonderful, right? And these rivers will wind around underground for very long distances and potentially even open up into subterranean seas, which are about as large and vast as it sounds. And while most of this mod's underground structures are fairly aquatic themed, not all of them are. There's also underground forests, along with caves simply titled caverns that have some stalactites hanging from them. And plus, on a kind of completely random note, this mod has absolutely massive meteor impacts you can come across, complete with a meteor in the center of it. And these meteor impacts can be large enough you might need a mod like Voxy or Distant Horizons in order to even see the entire thing. They are quite large. So overall, this is a very cool exploration mod, especially considering that these systems will kind of wind throughout your entire world, connecting in really interesting ways. Next up, we have a mod called Pillager Caravans. And what this mod is going to do is take pillagers, which are usually just sitting around in one spot doing absolutely nothing, and allow them to travel across the world, hauling a bunch of loot. And in my opinion, this makes them much more interesting. They actually kind of have a purpose, you know? And these caravans can come in a variety of sizes. They can be quite small with just a few pillagers, transporting a light amount of loot on the backs of some llamas, or they can be much larger with a pretty sizable amount of pillagers and some much beefier protection. The caravans also come in a multitude of themes depending on the biome you find them in, and this will have an effect on the loot they're transporting. It's a pretty great mod. It leads to some more dynamic encounters rather than just the wandering trader, which I mean, most people don't really seem to want to see him anyway. This might give you a nice little side objective, you know? You'll see a caravan and just decide you need what they have. After that, we've got a pretty crazy mod called Fractal Forests. This mod provides what are likely the largest trees you'll ever see in Minecraft, and that is no exaggeration. And these are once again procedurally generated, so it's not just a copy paste of the same tree over and over, and they will absolutely dominate the skyline throughout your world. These things are taller than your usual Minecraft mountain. Now, this mod does only work in a pretty specific way, and that's the fact that these trees only generate in a biome provided by the mod. So in order to get my world looking like this, I just simply selected the world to only generate this particular biome upon creation. And these trees also take quite some time to load, and I imagine if you're not on the strongest computer, things will get pretty laggy pretty quickly. But if you can manage to run this and use shaders simultaneously, it'll provide some very jaw-dropping visuals. And if you want to make it even better, once again, combine it with a mod like Distant Horizons, and you will see these trees, which are absolutely massive, much farther away, although it takes an eternity to generate them, just to let you know. Overall, very cool. Definitely not something everyone's going to be using, but a very interesting mod nonetheless. Now, for our next mod, we have Enchanting System Overhaul, and this mod does a great job of doing what the title implies. It completely overhauls enchanting. For starters, enchantments are now completely discovery-based. No longer can you throw a tool inside of an enchanting table and just immediately receive results. Now, if you want a specific enchantment, you have to find that specific enchantment book. And it doesn't stop there. Each enchantment also requires a particular set of ingredients in order to actually complete the enchantment. And once you've learned a specific enchantment, you'll have access to it forever, so you can use it as much as you please. And by default, you can simply level up your enchantments. So for example, you can raise efficiency just by throwing in some more materials. This can, however, be configured to make it so you actually have to find higher level books in order to reach those higher level enchantments. This is up to you. Also, there's no XP cost. That's essentially just replaced by the item requirement. All in all, a very interesting take on enchanting. Completely changes how you're gonna go about it, and probably makes it a little harder in general. Coming up after that, we have Pomkots Mechs. This mod provides fully functional, customizable mechs to Minecraft. And I know that might sound ridiculous. It is. If I were to make a list of the least vanilla Minecraft mods in existence, this would at least be an honorable mention. But I'm not here ranking the most vanilla mods out there. I'm ranking mods that are very interesting and unique, and this happens to be a mod that fits into both of of those categories. Now, be aware this mod is listed on its mod page as very alpha, and it does show that in some areas for sure. I mean, when I was using it with shaders, I was dipping down to like 20 FPS whenever I got near the mechs. And there's also some AI enemies as of now, although I do believe right now you have to spawn them in manually, so this is pretty much a creative mode showcase at the moment. So, next up, we have a mod that provides some of the coolest boats I've seen in Minecraft, and this is Aleki's Ships. Or Aleki's? I'm not too sure. Anyway, there's a multitude of reasons I give it such high praise. For starters, you build the boats from scratch. You can either do it yourself, or you'll come across their wreckage on beaches, and they'll kind of provide you with everything you need in order to do so. Visually, there's tons of customization for the boat. You can also do things like place furnaces or chests on them, and they also have fully animated and pretty functional sails. And this is one of the only Minecraft mods I've seen that actually integrates some sort of wind system, so you don't just go full speed ahead wherever you're going all the time. You actually have to use the wind to your advantage. I will say, sometimes sailing feels a little uncontrollable, but perhaps that was just my bad boating skills, which would inevitably lead to my boat being pinned on terrain and having to save it with a lead. But yeah, this mod provides easily some of the most expansive and customizable boats I've seen in a Minecraft mod. So next, I'm going to be showing you what's probably the most simple mod on this list, Countered's Accurate Hitboxes. In vanilla Minecraft, hitboxes for pretty much every creature in the game is essentially just a different shaped cube. And this honestly works perfectly fine. Most people aren't even going to notice this. However, the few of you that will absolutely love this mod. Hitboxes become very accurate, as you can tell by my testing with the spider. If my swings even miss by the tiniest fraction, I don't hit them. Unfortunately, as of now, it doesn't actually work with projectiles, but it still accomplishes something I'm pretty sure I've never seen another Minecraft mod do. Now, this next mod is a mod that is 100% made just for YouTube videos. It doesn't actually do anything except provide the illusion of completely destroying your world in a variety of unique ways. You don't really interact with it in terms of gameplay, but it does provide some absolutely incredible visual effects. Everything you see here is exclusively provided by this mod. Even the shader-like appearance. This mod isn't even compatible with Iris, so that's not doing it. But yeah, this mod provides world death by black hole, supernova, nukes, orbital lasers, or even just an entire planet crashing into your planet. And a lot of the destruction is purely visual, however, you'll still have effects such as blocks flying around. And after your world is destroyed, it'll kind of just revert to as it was. So, you know, the mod is definitely made for YouTubers to do something like this.
Oh my gosh, guys, the world's falling apart. Oh, what am I gonna do?
But despite that, the effects are pretty outstanding, and it's absolutely worth showcasing in a video featuring unique mods. And now, the final mod I'll be showing you all today is a very unique terrain generator called Vanilla SkyGrid. What this mod does is removes nearly all blocks in the game, only leaving behind every fourth block. So no matter what direction you go in, there's 3 blocks of empty space, and then the next block appears. And this extends both horizontally and vertically, which obviously is going to make navigating your world entirely different. Acquiring food is going to require the utmost precision. It's more difficult to do simple things like going up, and this change in world generation applies to all dimensions as well. And according to the mod page, this actually should be completable, so if you want to do that to yourself, you can absolutely give it a try. But yeah, very strange terrain generation that can provide very trippy visuals, and once again, it's a mod I'd consider to be quite unique. So that's all the mods I've got for you today. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and if there's any other unique mods I should check out. All the downloads are in the description, and if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.